Welcome everybody to our show. This is Custom Fab Garage on our channel OCTANE TV on YouTube. Make sure you go down below and hit that subscribe button, and on top of that, make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you can get all the new content that comes out weekly and even every day. The vehicle we're going to be doing next, 2015 Chevy Trax, doing a new head unit in this vehicle. Here's what the radio looks like stock before we take it out. It's a 2015 Chevy Trax. Here's the radio before. So these are all the parts we're going to be using today. This is the Metro Turbo Kit. It is a 953017B, which is for the Chevy Trax 15 and up. This is the RP5-GM41, which is the pack interface, which does everything. They also make an RP4. Both of them will work, but this is the one that does everything. It does steering wheel controls, does Bose, it does backup camera, does everything. So this is the, I'll call it the Mac Daddy harness if you have all the premium features in the vehicle. And then we're going to be using the Sony, which the customer provided us with an XAV 150 head unit. Great head unit. I highly recommend it. That's what we're going to be using today. Here's the dash kit. We've taken it out of the package, and these are the two side pieces where you'll mount the radio here and here. We'll kind of show you on the instructions how it says to take everything away, unclipping and removing the panel on here. And you go down to figure B, you're going to have to unbolt that, which I'm guessing is, it's going to be 7 millimeters for removing the radio. And then we're going to have to remove the duct work and the vents. And I'm sure you're probably going to have to also remove the clips on the back and use the factory ones, because this does not have any clips on the back of it. So I'm guessing we're gonna have to transfer those over as well. But I'll show you how that all goes. We're gonna start with taking off the dash piece and then transfer everything over to this piece. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our plastic pry tool and we're gonna start prying around this to try to pry it out. That way we can get this whole piece out right here. This way I found was to get it underneath here and start prying up, and then do the same thing on the other side. Pry up, and then that will actually pull this whole piece off. Here's what it looks like removed. Basically the front side, and then there's the back side. I'm guaranteeing we're gonna take these clips off, which is probably gonna be a freaking nightmare. I hate removing those. We're gonna have to remove these and each side vent as well. And this is what it looks like when you take it off. Then we're gonna take off these 4 7mm to remove the actual stock head unit. Here's the radio pulled out, and now we're gonna have to remove all these plugs right here. Now these plugs can be somewhat kind of tricky. They're like European plugs. You're gonna want to push down right here, and when you push down right there, that is what's going to release this cantilever lever. So you got to be real careful, because when this pushes down, this will pull out, kind of like a cantilever system. And it will start like bending down just like that, and then this whole harness will come out right there. And here's the plugs on the other side, which is going to be your antenna, XM, USB extension, which runs into there, which is a micro USB right there, and then your main plug. Now the micro USB, you can put an adapter in there and then make this factory USB work. I have done that before. So you'll just basically get a female one and plug it in there, and it'll turn to a USB, and plug your USB into the back of it, and then boom, that will extend to there and work. Most people do not like having to put their cable all the way over there. I do agree with them. That's kind of a pain in the butt. So I think we're gonna put a flush mount down here so she can just plug her phone in right here. We'll see how much room there is. Dismantling this, it looks like we got 2 7mm we need to take off first. That piece, if you just wiggle it a little bit, it comes right out with the two 7mm removed. So we've got that part out, and then next we're going to try to get these pieces out, which I think by pushing these, this should come out. Same way on this side, and then we're going to have to remove every single one of these little clips, probably including those clips too. So if you just push these down, these will start coming out. Push them down, these will come out. Be careful though, this one was already broke up here when I got it, so just be really careful when you're pulling these out. Here's all the clips. This one kind of broke off. I don't know why, it's super fragile. Now we need to remove these pockets, which we'll just push in with a flat blade screwdriver, and then probably have to push this part right here in, and then this whole pocket should come right out. All right, we got this out by pushing those two. You'll have to do this piece right here, and then the other two on the other side, and then you'll have to finagle this rubber grommet piece out the bottom of it too. Kind of a pain in the butt, but hopefully it'll go in easier than it came out. But yeah, it comes right out. All right, we got these installed. I will tell you, these are a pain in the butt, and these little ribbed things down here are covered with grease, so be careful grabbing a hold of those. This part right here, it's got grease all over it, because that'll get wiped all over this. I had to go wash my hands a couple times, but they are a pain in the butt to get in there correctly, but I got them in, so we're gonna start working on the rest of it, get all the clips off, and then get the middle vents right here snapped in, and then get all the clips transferred over. Got this transferred over, got the 7mm put back in, now we're gonna do all the clips. The easiest way I found to get these clips off is to slide this in here and kind of just pull up, and be careful because you'll break the post. So I just kind of teeter-totter until you get it up. Here's those 3 clips transferred, top 2 metal clips, everything's bolted in. It fits pretty good, but it's still not perfect. A small gap there, but it fits pretty good for what it is. I mean, this is not an easy task, taking this thing apart and transferring everything over. Like, these are a pain in the butt to get off. What I found that works the best way, like I said, is if you just take this and pull up, and then you have to get behind these 2 teeth and then wiggle up, and then get behind these 2 teeth, wiggle up, and then pull up, and then it'll come up, because every time you pull on this, it takes these teeth and bites into the plastic. So it's a pain in the butt, but I got it all done. Now we're gonna start getting these on and get the radio mounted. We got the side pieces mounted onto our Sony. This part goes on the top, this part goes on the bottom. It even has an arrow going up on here, so you'll see how it goes. Got those mounted, and these are adjustable, so we might have to move it up and, you know, forward to back to make this fit correctly into this hole. Did here was we pulled this back, and just basically pulled out, and then pulled up here. You can use a plastic pry tool as well. And then we exposed these 7mm that are right here, and then there's 1, 2, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this off, get down here, and try to drill a hole to put the USB in here, and that way she can just plug her phone directly into there. I think that's going to be the only spot to put it at. All right, we remove these 2, 1, 2, 3 on this side, same way on this side. See if we can start taking the stuff apart here. We'll see what happens. So this piece just pulls right out. It's got a clip here, basically just pulls right out. I don't know if this will be that easy to pull. Yeah, it does. It feels super tight. I don't think that's going to come off. That is like super tight. So I bet there's bolts behind here. Once you take that piece off, you get a 7mm here and a 7mm here. And now that piece just comes right out. So that's pretty awesome. And that's the whole, like, we can get down. The reason I want to move this is to get down through there with the wires. First thing you want to do is adjust this to what radio you have. Since we're a Sony, we're going to go to 8, and then we're going to start plugging all the plugs into this and rip this off and get all the plugs plugged into the module. Kind of show you how this is set up. So we got our plug into here because this is amplified, and we have our plug into here. We took our power and ground, which is running off of this side, and we're running the power ground up into this side, plug this plug in, and we got our power and ground running with all of our other wires here. So we need to connect all these color to color, and you need 2 yellows because you got an extra yellow over here and an extra black. So 2 blacks, 2 yellows, then your red for ignition, and then all your speaker colors are all right here. And then right here is your navigation wires, which we won't be using. Here's the chime, which we plugged in. And then you'll have this plug right here that we plugged in, which is the SWC, which you'll plug into the steering wheel control part right there. The rest of it we'll get all wired up, and then we'll try it. And then this is supposed to be the camera. We'll get it all wired up, get it looking nice, and make sure everything works. All right, we got everything wired up, color to color. Definitely A lot of people don't like crimp caps, things like that. I understand, but this is the fastest, easiest way getting it in here. We just zip tie it instead of test taping it. Sometimes I will butt connect, sometimes I will solder, sometimes I will solder connect, sometimes I will test tape this whole entire harness. It just depends on the customer, what they're wanting done, but this is a basic radio install. So, I mean, crimp caps I've used for over 20 years, never had them fail. They just don't look the prettiest, look like little Christmas trees in here, but this is how everything goes. You're just gonna wire everything color to color. Obviously you ground the parking brake, yellow, 2 blacks, 2 yellows. Navigation input, the only thing we're going to use is the purple with yellow, which is our backup signal, and then all the color codes, and I don't use dimmer. So this is pretty much everything right here. We're going to plug this in and start testing everything out. So we have plugged in our main harness, USB runs and extends. We have our steering wheel controls and mic, so steering wheel, mic, rear camera, and then antenna. And there's the antenna adapter plugged into the 40EU10 slot. I'm not sure what this big thing right here does, and I'm not sure if I have to power this up. I'll find that out once I turn it on. All right, so we got everything working. Steering wheel controls and everything work. That's awesome. And then we put it in reverse, and there you go. It's awesome. I'm gonna adjust this stupid dinger because it's loud and I hate it. But everything is working. That's awesome. These pack modules are the absolute best. Do not go with anything else but these. And I will put the link down below for you to buy it right off of Amazon, and it'll come directly to your house. So since this whole thing right here doesn't come out, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole down here. I might even be able to, not even drill a hole, I might even be able to just cut a little section out right here. And then that way the cable can come out right down here, and she can put the cable right there, down there, and then just plug her phone into it. Because there's nowhere, I'd have to put it underneath, and that's kind of hard. So I'd rather have the cable down here, and then what I'm gonna do is take the Bluetooth mic, and I'm going to tape the mic up underneath there as well. That way it's out of sight, out of mind, you don't even see it, and you can just talk right into the mic. Also, I haven't adjusted this in here yet because I need to adjust, you know, your forward to backward to make sure it's gonna fit in there correctly. I'm gonna test fit that on there and see if it fits correctly. We just notched a part back here for the cable to come through on the back side, so you won't even see it right there. Here's the USB cable right here. That way she can just plug her stuff right into, and it can just hide back here in this pocket whenever she's not using it. Put it right back down in here. I got the light playing on it. And then there's the microphone right there for the Bluetooth. And then if I turn off the light, because I got the light directly in it, you really don't even see it back there because it's so dark. It's just a little tiny cubby back there. So that way when you're talking, your vocal will go right here. You can roll your windows down. It won't really affect it as much as putting it up here on the A-pillar. That's why I stopped doing that, because whenever you roll your windows down, you can't hear anything. And I like to drive with my windows down. So getting ready to adjust this and see how it goes. All right, here it is installed. Looks really good. It's kind of flush right here. So really like the way it looks. It looks super clean in here. And then we got all this stuff down here. Modernized with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And if we go down here, put it into reverse, we got our backup camera, which is kind of hard to see. Put that back into park. The steering wheel controls all work just like normal. And you can even track select and everything like that as well. It's pretty cool. guys.